can feel life slipping from me. My breath is shallow, each inhale like a jagged whisper in my chest. The doctors say it won't be long now. Funny how death gives you clarity, forces you to face the truth, no matter how ugly it is. And Lord knows, I've made a mess of my life. I was born in the late 1980s, the daughter of a white mother and a black father. Mama met my daddy in college. She was head over heels in love, or maybe just swept up in the excitement of rebellion. Nevertheless, she got pregnant with me right before graduation, and they rushed into marriage. But it didn't last. Daddy couldn't keep a job, always finding trouble, never able to settle down. Eventually, Mama left Daddy after only 5 months and annulled their marriage like it had never happened. I guess that's where I first learned that nothing in life is permanent. Growing up, it was just Mama and me. She was a strong woman, but bitter, always warning me not to make the same mistake she did. "Don't settle, baby," she'd say, in her sweet Louisiana accent. "You're too good for that. Don't let a man tie you down." And Lord knows I tried to listen to her, maybe even too well. My first love was Marcus. We were just kids, but I thought I knew what love was. Marcus was sweet, kind, and so full of dreams. We had 2 children together by the time I was 19. He wanted to marry me, make a life for us and the kids, but Mama's voice was always in my ear, telling me that I deserved more. Never settle. So I pushed Marcus away and convinced myself that I was meant for something bigger, something better. He begged me to stay, to give us a chance, but I was stubborn. I walked away from the one man who truly loved me, believing there was more out there for me. Marcus went on to marry someone else, and I've heard they're still together, happy, with a big, beautiful family. I wonder what our life could have been if I'd just stayed, if I'd let us grow together. But I was young, foolish, and too blind to see what I was throwing away. After Marcus, I drifted. I met up with a cousin in Atlanta who convinced me to start stripping. She made it sound so glamorous, like it was easy money. And it was at first. The men, the attention, the cash. It was intoxicating. But that life came with a price. There was James, a high roller who promised me the world. He was flashy, always throwing money around, making me feel like a queen. I fell for his charm and ended up pregnant with my 3rd child. It was his 2nd. But then I found out James was married after it was too late. And when I told him about the baby, he vanished. Just another ghost in my long line of regrets. Next came Darnell, a musician with dreams bigger than his talent. He was wild, unpredictable, and everything Mama had warned me about. But I was addicted to the thrill and the danger. Our relationship was a whirlwind of passion and chaos, but I loved it. I got pregnant again. And when Darnell realized he wasn't ready to be a father, he disappeared just like James. That's how I ended up with my 4th child, alone again. By the time I met Quincy, I was tired. Tired of the games, the lies, the empty promises. Quincy seemed different. He was stable, had a good job, and wanted to take care of me and my babies. But by then, I was too damaged, too broken to recognize a good man. Even if he was standing right in front of me, I pushed him away too, convinced he would leave like the others. And eventually he did, leaving me with another child, another mouth to feed, and another broken heart. Then there was Andre, my biggest mistake. Andre was on the down low, sleeping with men and women. I didn't know it at first. He was handsome, smooth, and said all the right things. By the time I found out about his double life, it was too late. I was pregnant with my last child and had already contracted HIV. I thought about ending it all then. The shame, the fear, It was overwhelming. I tried to stay strong for them, but the virus was stronger and had ultimately proven to be too much. I passed the virus on to my youngest during childbirth. Despite the doctor's best efforts, the odds were supposed to be in our favor with the viral medications I was prescribed. But we fell into that cruel 3%. Now here I am, dying, my body ravaged by a disease I never imagined would touch me. And all I can think about is Marcus and the life we could have had. I was so focused on chasing the fast life, the thrill, the money, that I lost sight of what really mattered: family, God, and faithfulness. If I could go back, I would choose Marcus. I'd choose stability, a family, and a life rooted in love instead of lust and greed. We could have built something real, something lasting. I could have been a good mother to my children instead of dragging them through the mess of my choices. So, to any young woman out there listening, hear me when I say this. Choose stability. Choose your first true love. Don't be fooled by the streets, by the promise of easy money and fast thrills. It's all an illusion, and it will leave you empty, broken, and alone. I regret my life. I regret the choices I made, the people I hurt, the children I couldn't protect. If I'd stayed with Marcus, if I'd listened to my heart instead of my fear and my single mother, maybe things would have been different. But I can't change the past. All I can do now is warn other young ladies not to make the same mistakes I did as I prepare to take my last breath. Use protection. Find yourself a husband. Settle down. Get married. Go 50-50. Have babies. Love each other. And never divorce. That is the key to a successful life.